And all new this morning, many of us can probably think of someone we've worked with who we thought of as a bully. Maybe it was your boss. It's actually a larger problem than you may realize. In fact, one national workplace survey found that 48 million people are bullied at work. So how does it stop? Here at WUSA 9, we like to focus on solutions that can make a positive impact on our community. And our Jacqueline Quinn joins us now from the Wilson Building in Northwest DC with more. And Jackie, you spoke with a mother and a daughter who are working to introduce legislation to help stop workplace bullying.
Yeah, that's right. And they talk about how a lot of people think that bullying should end on the playground or perhaps when they close their laptop and they don't have to deal with it anymore online, except for that. A lot of people, they deal with this every day because it may be someone at their work. That's why they're working to change the law.
It was screaming right to my face, and it was, where I would walk into meetings, it felt like I was walking into a buzzsaw.
That's how Kim Williams remembers a chief executive at her old company treating her during a meeting. It didn't happen just once either.
As an HR professional, I'd always addressed abuse. It didn't matter what level of an organization. If an employee came to me with a problem, then I would immediately go and speak to someone and say, we need to correct this. I never ignored it.
But she couldn't open an investigation on herself.
I was terrified every day of losing my job as a single parent. I thought about, is this going to ruin my career if nobody's doing anything? Are they going to blackball me?
And the impact of bullying didn't end at work. Her daughter, Cassie, felt it too.
She wouldn't talk. We barely talked after that happened. And it was such a shock because we were so close.
This also caused Cassie to struggle in school. She later switched to being homeschooled while Williams left that company.
It leaves a scar and it just shouldn't be happening.
Today, Williams and her daughter want to end what they describe as psychological abuse at all workplaces.
It does make you an evangelical once you go through.
Williams is now the spokesperson for End Workplace Abuse, which is a group of advocates and volunteers working to pass the Workplace Psychological Safety Act in D.C. and across the country.
The problem with protected characteristics in 2024 is that a lot of people may not say out loud that, oh, I'm targeting you because you're a woman or because of your faith or because of your race.
And she says this proposal would give employees more legal recourse to fight abuse beyond race, religion, or gender.
And there's way more of us than there are, some of the bad bosses that are out there. And so I think collectively, if we put our voices together, we can create a workplace that we all deserve.
So again, if something like this does get passed, it would mean that a person might have more of a case for a lawsuit. And because she was an HR professional, she did say she wanted to remind people that, make sure that you document everything. If you are the target of abuse or harassment, maybe just to deal with it at work or potentially down the line, a legal case. Now, I did reach out to some of the council members here to see if there's any support for this bill at this point, but I haven't heard yet back any word from any of those council members that we did reach out to. For now, in DC, I'm Jacqueline Quinn for Get Up DC.